What's going on, people? Welcome back to Premzy TV. And this is what we wanted. We wanted a Boxing Day with an absolute bang, you get me? Just what we needed. The 3-point collectors, top of the tree. Come on, you Gunners. Let's fucking have it. Let's continue in this vein, people. And make sure you smash a like on this video as it helps push the content out, people, and it is very important. So make sure you go ahead and do that now. Yeah, but let's get straight into the game, because I'm not gonna lie, it was a squeaky bum time one for me in that first half. You get me? First of all, there was a goal chalked off, and I do not understand why. I do not understand why there was a goal chalked off from where I was watching. Obviously, bear in mind, because I was doing a watch along, I couldn't have the volume up for obvious reasons, so I couldn't really hear what was going on. But I'm telling you now, people, I seen Saka was onside and Nketiah was onside, and there was a goal chalked off. A man was absolutely vexed. Absolutely vexed. Then down the other side, West Ham are awarded a penalty. Yeah, William Saliba, 2 against 1. Antonio touches the ball, passes it down to Gerard Bowen, and for me, he dived. Absolutely dived. You get me? There was the slightest of touches. You could see William Saliba pulling out, but the referee didn't go and even check the screen. He didn't even see what was going on. He pointed to the spot and give the decision. You get me? All we know, we was 1-0 down. You get me? 1-0 down. And I'm thinking, boy, what's going on here? You get me? There's no way we should be returning back from the international break, yeah, being 1-0 down, because to me, that's an absolute fuckery. Yeah. I wanted to continue in the same vein that we left off. But you know what? That first half didn't give me no hope. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, man had squeaky bum time. It was squeaky bum time, thinking if we don't improve on this second half, yeah, how are we gonna go on and get this victory? I had people in the comments, yeah, saying, "Oh, this is it. Arsenal are gonna be folding." But you know what? The boys came out in that second half and they shown these fuckers what time it was. And what makes it even sweeter, every single team that was knocking around, every opposing fan was looking at us thinking, oh, this is it. This is the start of the collapse. No, Gabriel Jesus is not the same Arsenal, but big up to Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta, yeah, went in that changing room and pulled every single player's finger out their own arse, because we came out that second half firing on all cylinders. You get me? And you know what? I just want to say a massive shout out to Martin Odegaard. Before he got awarded the Man of the Match award, I was saying, this guy needs to get man of the match, because he was one of the only players that was really trying to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and show us what time it is. Try to make them intricate passes. Even though he was having shots that were off target, he was still trying, putting players through, set up the first goal, the equaliser for Saka. Whether he scuffed his shot or not, it still went into the path of Saka, and Saka put it away. Wonderful finish, you get me, people. Second goal comes moments later. I'm there on the stream talking about it, saying, you know what? If we could get another goal within the next 10 minutes, the floodgates will end up opening, because in that first half, yeah, West Ham were just putting bodies and bodies and bodies behind the ball, 10 man behind the ball. It looked like a Royal Rumble in their box at times, I'm telling you now. But credit to them, that first half, they defended very well. They made it hard for us. They were shutting up shop. They wasn't giving us really no room to play football, shutting all the lanes down. But I'm just proud of the boys, and massive big up to Eddie Nketiah. Yeah, first of all, what a goal from Martinelli. You get me, on his weaker foot, drilled it in, near post. Fabianski didn't have a chance, looking like he was still on the payroll, some people were saying. But I don't give a fuck. It is what it is, people. But Eddie Nketiah, I got to say big up to Eddie Nketiah, because I'm one of them people that's on Eddie's back. You get me? I'm on Eddie's back, because personally, I don't feel like he's good enough to lead us to a title. You know, if Gabriel Jesus is out, is he going to be that guy? I'm humming and hawing. But this is what we want. We want Eddie Nketiah to prove to us fans that, you know what, yeah, you need to take time a little bit, because give me an opportunity and I will make it count. Give me that opportunity and I will make it count. You get me? Because that turn and that finish was absolutely unbelievable. that turn was just quality. We tried it a few times in the first half, but he kind of overrun it and couldn't really, keep control of the ball and lost possession. But for the goal, unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. Let's see, have a look at what some of users saying in here before we carry on assessing the game. I'm just buzzing. I'm ecstatic. This has made the Christmas period even better for me. You get me, especially knowing that we're 40 points now, top of the tree. You get me. Hopefully, fingers crossed, City can drop some points against Leeds, because people got to give Leeds a little bit of respect and credit. They've actually been playing quite well and playing under the radar this season, grinding out some good results, good performances. And again, people, make sure you're smashing a like on this video as well. Sammy says, big win, massive win, bro. Absolutely massive win. I'm telling you. You were right, bro. They got their fingers out, bro. No, you were right, bro. You was telling me in the watch along, yeah, these man need to get their fingers out. You get me, bro? And that's what happened. They got their fingers out. They looked at the bigger picture and thought, you know what? We need to go on and get this victory, because if we don't get this victory now, that's not going to be a good start coming back from international football. You get me? It's going to start dropping people's heads, dropping the fans' head with the Gabriel Jesus injury. But the boys shown us when we needed the players to step up. We needed players like Saka and Martinelli to go and get them goals and go into a new gear. These man went out and done it. So you know what? Just big up to them, because man was absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. They're saying Saka was off apparently, but it was so tight. What? How the fuck, was Saka off? You get me, bro? Dawson was playing a fucking lorry on. You get me? I don't understand how that was offside. Joking. Absolute joking. Makes no sense at all. Makes no sense at all. The problem is as well with that penalty shout as well with Bowen. The referee, he had no balls. Michael Oliver, it looked like he was one of their players today. And I don't want to bang on about referees too much, but my man was on an absolute joke thing, because this guy, how many times did you see our players getting dragged down to the floor? How many times do you see our players free man on a man, literally jumping a man? Martinelli getting absolutely snapped by Kufal, and Kufal chatting bare shit to the referee. Yeah, my man's not saying to him, listen, bro, well, you taking the piss? Get the fuck away from me before I give you another yellow. And it's curtains time. He was letting it go and letting it go and letting it go. Yeah, and you know what? We had to take that into our own hands, which we should do, which is only right. We do need to take games in our own hand and don't leave it down to referees and shit like that. You get me? Which is what we done. Legends. Let's see what Kenyan Goon is saying. Players showing the door in them. Players showing the door in them. Love that. You know what? Yeah, I'm telling you, they're showing some balls. They're showing some character, because when you want to go for the title and you want to be competing at the top, you have to show some character about yourself. And this is where every single person, Arsenal fans included, we wonder, when it's not going right for us, can we step up? Can we change that gear? Can we show intensity? And today, bro, we did it absolutely immensely. Absolutely immensely. So I think everyone had a good game. You know what, personally, bro, I don't, I'm not going to lie. I think Thomas Partey, for me, he had a poor game. No passes were coming off. In the first half, that midfield, it looked like Kieran Tierney was our only midfielder in there, even though he wasn't playing that position. So there was a few off performances in there. However, as a collective, we stepped up to the plate in that second half. It was a game of two halves. It was a total game of two halves. You get me, bro? Big love from India, bro. Big up to yourself, bro. That's the heritage right there. You get me? Big up to India. Big up to everybody that's obviously watching and supporting from out there. So big love to you. Yes, Harry! What you telling me, my bro? Big up Premzy. So happy for Eddie. You know what, bro? I'm happy for him as well, because myself included, big doubter. You get me? I didn't have no confidence going into this game, thinking Eddie Nketiah is going to get that goal to shut shit out. And he's you know what? You still got to carry on doing it. Don't get me wrong. You can't just have one game and then the next game you play bad. Hopefully now the water's off his back. You get me? Where he can go into these games now with the lifted pressure of not feeling, oh, I haven't scored in this game, I haven't scored in that game, the fans are going to be on me and so on. You get me, bro? So I'm happy for Eddie Nketiah. Hopefully now he stops doing this and starts doing this. You get me? Because when you start seeing that, it's happy days. That means consistency is on. You know what I'm saying? Jack says, get in the Arsenal. Again, Harry, total character, mate. 100%. Character was there. Character was flooding through. Absolutely flooding through. And that's just what we want to see. You get me? That's why us Arsenal fans live for the game, because we want to see us challenge at the top. We want to see us win the biggest trophies. It's been such a long time now that we've literally delivered on the highest level. Right now, we're continuing in the same vein that we left off. That second half was unbelievable. I'm telling you, the character that we shown, them 2 goals in quick concession, just to ease West Ham down and say, you know what, keep it doing, keep it doing. Big up to yourself, Nathan, for the super chat. Keep doing your thing, Premzy. Love. Come on, you Gunners, bro. Every time, and this is what I'm saying now. I'm looking to sacrifice a little bit myself. You get me? I'm looking to You know what? I'm one of them guys that love going to the game, love being involved on match day. You know, I'm a bit of a madman when it comes to it. You get me? But I thought I'm starting the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel. You get me, people? So I'm gonna have to sacrifice a little bit. And you know what? Give you guys some content. You get me? Give you guys some watch alongs. Give you guys some live match reactions because that's what it's all about. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to be going to the Emirates. I'm still going to be going and watching the Arsenal play. But I have to now try to balance it. And probably coming up late February, March, you probably see me at the Emirates a lot more. But I'm trying to just give myself a little bit of time as well because the traveling as well, bro. If you know from Manchester, man travels literally 4 hours there, 4 hours back in the same day, and it takes it out of you a little bit. With the Christmas period, I just needed a little bit of rest. New Year, a little bit of rest. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But let's have a look at what else people are saying. Earl Premzy, we won. You know what? Yeah, I'm telling you now. I was sweating it after that first half. Man was fully sweating it, absolutely sweating it. You get me? Aaron Ramsdale made a brilliant save towards the end. A good shot from Pablo Fornals to keep it to 3-1. But what we needed most of all was the game to get killed off. And Eddie Nketiah stepped up to the plate today. We seen Gabriel Jesus there in the crowd, looking like Kenny from South Park with his hat on. You get me? But even still, he's there showing the support. Zinchenko, who's been injured for quite a while, he's always getting injured. Come on, got some game time, looking good. And players like Martinelli and Saka stepping up to the plate. You get me? These kind of players, they've had a good World Cup. They have to bring that form now into the second half of the season and carry us through. Because on the bench, we were looking very, very slim. I'm not going to lie, we were looking slim. The only 2 players that could have come on and give us any kind of attacking threat was Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira. Other than that, there wasn't really any other attacking options. Now, let's not get it twisted. Let's not get it twisted. We have to go in January and make some signings early. I understand they have to be the right kind of signings, but we need to go early and get some players through the door because God forbid if we get an Eddie Nketiah injury now. Yeah. As we've seen, Mikel Arteta's already saying he doesn't see Martinelli as a striker. You get me? So where does that kind of leave us? Emil Smith-Rowe hopefully should come back, whether he'll play a false 9 or not, if that situation was to arise. But again, it's not his favoured position. We need to dip into the market, 100%. Jack says, wish I was there tonight. The atmosphere sounded incredible. You know what? Yeah, bro. Not going to lie, I had to have the volume all the way down, so I couldn't even hear the atmosphere. And it's very weird, bro, because I'm used to being in and around the mix, being there myself and hearing absolutely nothing and watching the game to silence. Yeah, it's a madness. It's an absolute madness. Kenyan Guna, 36 goals scored this season. It's a massive improvement. 100%, bro. Last season, there was nowhere near enough goals scored. And I think a lot of that was down to us relying on Aubameyang to get goals and so on. And he wasn't kind of firing on all cylinders, what we were used to. But now the goals are getting spread out across the team. And this is exactly what I needed. In the preview that I said before this game, yeah, I said now more than ever, the goals need to be spread across the team because even though Gabriel Jesus wasn't clinical in the sense of putting every chance away, he was creating them chances. He was getting himself into them kind of positions. He was very vital to the way that we play. And Eddie Nketiah today, I could see that he was trying to emulate a little bit how Gabriel Jesus was playing, coming deep. At times, he was bang smack in the middle of the pitch. You know what I mean? Trying to make shit happen. And it's good to see that he's adapting his game. And it's something Arteta also said in his press conference. Players have to adapt. And Eddie Nketiah today, he done that. He done it. He done it, man. And I'm proud of him. I'm happy for him. You get me? And I just feel like that getting that goal has it stopped a lot of doubters thinking, you know what? Next week, can he get a goal? Now he's shown us he can get a goal. He's shown us that he can step in. Maybe I'm not trying to jump the gun too much and say we don't need to sign people in January, because 100% we do. You get me? Odegaard is a baller. What a bargain. You know what? I agree, bro. Odegaard today, yeah, he was unbelievable. He was immense. That second half, even in the first half, Odegaard was probably the only player that I would say was trying to pull the strings, was trying to make stuff happen. That second half, he come in, happy days, bro. You get me? That second half, he literally put a captain's performance in. And that's what we want to see. We want to see our captain, yeah, grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck, yeah, and making stuff happen. Because very rarely, since the likes of Cesc Fabregas, maybe when Robin van Persie was a captain, we haven't really seen that. Aubameyang, yeah, he did kind of, but he wasn't really grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. He'll just be putting the chances away. You know what I'm saying? Mahrez, ESR, Mudryk, and another striker would look deadly. Bro, we definitely need that kind of cover. We definitely need some squad depth, because I thoroughly believe that this team can prove all the doubters wrong and maintain a title challenge, because we're all singing off the same hymn sheet. We're all playing to a plan, and it's working. It's working. Big up to Mikel Arteta. I was a massive doubter of this guy because he had nothing to go off. And when man's finishing eighth twice, bro, I'm not happy about that, especially when we've been suffering for 18 years. So I got to take my hat off to him. He's been making me believe. And now, after this game especially, it's made me believe a little bit more, because without Gabriel Jesus, I'm sitting here thinking, you know what, deep down in my heart, this is going to be a tricky situation. West Ham off the back of 3 defeats, coming to the Emirates, top of the table, every incentive to try to get the victory and kick on their second half of the season. But no, the mighty Arsenal spoke. The mighty Arsenal answered. We have to get back up to Partey too. We know what happens when he gets injured. I agree. We do need backup to Thomas Partey, but at the same time, we've kind of got cover in that position. Mohamed El Nene is back fit. Sambi Lokonga can also play in that position. Whether they're good enough, that's another question. But I think we've got other priorities. We definitely need to be looking at a striker. For me, I've mentioned it before, Mitrovic, I think he'll be perfect. I would have loved an Ivan Toney, but check the betting scandal that's gone on. You get me? He's even got more charges put to his name. So if he gets found guilty, he's going to be getting banned for quite a substantial time. Now, whether that's something Arsenal want to risk or not, personally, I don't think it is. So I would have loved to maybe go in and get a Mitrovic. I think he would work wonders at Arsenal. Big up Premzy. Arteta said he can defo get a striker in Jan. So I wonder who they are talking to behind the media. You know what? I think Arteta was kind of taking the piss when he said that still, bro, because the way he kind of said it is like, I can go into League One, League Five, go to Spain. I could sign any kind of striker, really. If I wanted to, I could go and sign a striker. But it's whether, if the quality is there, whether they're going to come and improve this team. So I think it was a little bit sarcastic in the way that he was saying it. So they have to be speaking to people, though. They have to be speaking to people, because, well, we've had a month. We've had a month while the World Cup's been in play. We've seen Arteta out there in America with Edu speaking to the Cronkies. There must be something in play where the manager's not daft in it. He knows that the squad's short. If us as fans can see that the squad's short, he knows himself that the squad's short. They've got to be working on something. Rashid says, had tears in my eyes seeing Arsene Wenger back at the Emirates, seeing him celebrating our young guys like Martinelli and Saka. You know what, bro? I swear down, it was good to see Arsene Wenger's face back at the Emirates. Yeah, I don't know what that blue tie was all about. Get me? Because I'm not used to seeing Wenger wearing a blue tie, but it was good to see Wenger back. And at some point, I could probably bet that he'll have some involvement in the club, because Arteta, Edu, they've said it time and time again. They'll love to have Wenger back in the club at some stage doing something or another. And we all know he's a very clever man. I just don't want him to come in, and stop signings. You know what I mean? Say, nah, don't give out the peas. Don't give out the peas. Odegaard is better than Felix, bro. I don't care. You know what? I think obviously they play 2 total different positions, in my opinion. I think Odegaard's, much more of a midfielder, where Felix is a bit more of an attacking player. But Felix, if he came into the squad with an option to buy, I think that'd be something that we could be looking at. But whether they're going to put an option to buy, I really don't think they will. You get me? So it's going to be different. It's going to be difficult. Let's see what Nathan's saying. Big up for the super chat, my bro. Can't wait to see you on the best of the rest. I love how you always back up Arsenal. Arsenal fans have lost their balls over the last 10 years. Yo, bro, I agree. You get me? Arsenal fans, yeah, they have lost the balls over the last 10 years. And I don't blame them for certain senses because we've been poor. But I love my team, bro. You get me? I love my team and I'll back my team over everything and anybody. You know what I mean? To be honest, if somebody says one bad thing about my team, you see how I get rattled, bro? You get me, man? Sticking it on man left, right, and centre. Seeing Saeed inside my live watch along, yeah, for the game, trying to give banter already. But people, tomorrow, make sure you tune in on the best of the rest, yeah, because all of them fuckers there, yeah, were waiting for us to fall. They've been saying it time and time again. And guess what? It's not happening. It's not happening under my watch, you get me? Otherwise, I'm going to have to be knocking on that manager's door myself and having words. Another one, Wilson. It was great to see Wenger back at the Arsenal, though. 100%. I just touched on it. Have you seen Arsenal put a 40 mil plus 20 mil add on in euros for Mudryk? You know what, bro? I've not seen that. I think Mudryk will be a good player for us, but he's not proven just yet. You know, he's doing bits in the Champions League. The Premier League's a very different kettle of fish. You get me, bro? Very different kettle of fish. But I would have loved to see a Leroy Sané coming. I know it sounds crazy because there's only been little bits of talk about him, but I feel like he's worked under Arteta before. He knows the English game. Look what he was doing when he was at Man City, ripping man left, right, and centre. If we could add someone like him to our caliber of attack and maybe another striker, happy days, bro. Happy days. You get me? Oh yeah, I get you, bro. But still, we have had some under the media. Under the media singing of late, so I think they are. But I understand the sarcasm now. Yeah, it's, you know what it is, bro. We're gonna have to wait and see in it until someone's holding up that red and white shirt. Yeah, we're not gonna know in it. Like we always speculate, but over the last say couple transfer windows, we've not really expected the signings Arteta's brought in. So we could all be branding names out, but it's all on to Arteta and Edu because, to be fair, they've been surprising us of late with the signings that coming in, brought in players that no one really thought that they were gonna bring in. Big up, Luca. How are you? Come on, you Gunners, bro. I'm absolutely buzzing right now. They just made my Christmas weekend even better, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I said, squeaky bum time, squeaky bum time. Big up, Urgent. Big win today, broski. 100%, bro. Massive, massive win. Make sure you guys are smashing a like on this video as well, people, because we want to push the stream out. We want to try to reach 5K subscribers as well, and that can only get done by the community. I want to build a solid, loyal community here. No one that's fucking around. No knobheads. Just 110% good people. You know what I'm saying? And so far, I'm not going to lie, everyone that's been in the chat and following the content, there's no bad vibes, and I love it. Yeah, Fabrizio confirmed Arsenal bid. Well, that's news to me. You get me, bro. But if it is, you know, I'll be willing to take him in. He's got a big ceiling to grow. There's a lot of good, you know, rumors about him talking about his ability. So if we could get a player like that in, you don't know what he can do for the confidence of the team. He'll definitely give us more options, and hopefully Zinchenko, if it is true, can have a little word with man and say, yo, you know what to do, bro. Sign the thing because man's here. And it's more than likely something like that will happen because obviously he's Ukrainian. They've got a little connection there. And where Arsenal are right now in the table, sitting pretty at the top of the tree, who's not going to really want to come for us? Who's not really going to want to say, yeah, I want a little bit of that? Because that's when you can go in for the players that everybody wants. When you're doing well yourself, you get me? Let's have a look. Wilfred Zaha is a player that we have been linked with in the past. What about him? You know what? With Zaha, I would take Wilfred Zaha, Arsenal. You get me? We know what he could do in the Premier League. He's a all-rounded, good quality player. He's got the fight in him. He's an Arsenal fan. I just feel like it's his age where he doesn't quite fit the criteria of what Arteta is kind of building here. And I think that was probably be the only stumbling block because he's out of contract, I believe, at the end of the year. Maybe you could go into Crystal Palace, give a 15 to 20 million pound and say, look, we'll take him. Would they say no to that? It's going to be very hard for them to say no to that. But on the other hand, he's their most influential and most important player. And right now, it's one of them. Is Patrick Vieira going to be looking at it thinking, can I afford to let him go? Or am I just going to have to risk it? Hope he signs another contract. Nobody goes in for him because he's going to be 30 and we can sign him down to another couple of years. I think it's probably the latter, to be honest. Happy for Eddie. Very good finish. And that turn was class. Big up, 100%. I agree. Touched on it a little bit earlier. Big finish, big turn. And bro, he's made me smile because I've been doubting this guy for a very long time because anytime I've seen him play, he hasn't really pulled up trees. Yeah, the back end of last season, he came in against Chelsea and a few other games towards the back end and he did very well. But ultimately, it wasn't enough to get us that top four. You get me? Even though I know it's not all down to him, but if you have a world-class striker or a striker that you can rely on, best believe them 2 points or 1 point, whatever it was, it would have been bridged 110%. Brother, Zaha is whack. You get me, bro? So there we go. People got their own opinion. You get me? This brother here saying Air Max 90 King saying Zaha's whack. You get me? Obviously, I don't think he's whack. I think he's a good player. I think there is much better players that we can go out for and get. But if we could get him on a cheap for him to add some squad depth and Premier League experience, I wouldn't be against it at all, bro. Nathan, big up yourself. I'm investing now in your channel. Man, stock will grow. Big up to yourself, bro. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support every time. I really feel that Arsenal need 2 wingers to add quality and depth. Bro, we need, personally, I'll bring 4 players into Arsenal, yeah. I'll bring a winger. I'll bring a striker. And I'd bring 2 midfielders in. You get me? That's what I would do. But obviously, I'm not running the club. I'm pulling out the checkbook. So we're just going to, like I said, we're just going to have to wait and see. Elephant turned into hummingbird at the top of the tree. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. But people, I'm going to be cutting the stream short now. You get me? Obviously, I've done a watch along as well. So I'm pretty packed in, to be honest with you. I need to take some time and just reflect on the result and buzz about it. You know what I'm saying? But before we go, please make sure you smash that like on the video. Subscribe if you're new people, as we're looking to hit that 5K. But peace and love. Big up to yourself. And hopefully the next game is more of the same. Hopefully Eddie and Nketiah can carry on, score another goal. This will build his confidence up now. And we could just hit the ground running, continue where we left off and have every fucking hater keep hating, because that's what all these opposing fans are. They hate on us left, right and center. They're just praying for our downfall. They prayed and prayed and prayed Jesus got injured. And what happened? He got injured, you get me? So we can't let all of this kind of fuckery dampen our spirits and dampen our moods, you get me? Even if we do have the odd one bad performance and that, it's not all tits up. We're still at the top of the tree. Let's keep believing in the team. Let's keep supporting the team. Yeah, you can have your opinion on that game. Say what it is. Say what you feel. But let's just keep believing and keep supporting. Hopefully in January, they can bring some players in and it can just go from here to here. You get me, people? But peace and love. And we'll see you on the next one. Big up to everybody in the chat.